Okay guys, what's going on? Shorsha here. I'm gonna talk about the Clifton Pros. Actually, as a matter of fact, I had them here. Just, not right now, but I just came back from a 15-kilometer run. It was my first run in the HOKA Clifton Pros. Now, in one of my previous videos, I said, you know, I don't need to get the Clifton Pro. I'll just get the Clifton 11. You know, it's like there's a $20 difference. And if I wanted the Pro, because it's critical EVA, super critical EVA, I'll just get like Bondi. But Bondi's $170 something. You know, it's almost $180 tax and shipping or whatever. So I'm like, okay. The difference between the Clifton 11 and the Clifton Pro price point is so narrow that I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to get the Pro. So that's what I did. And let me tell you, I am not disappointed in the slightest. This is probably, that's in like quotations, parentheses, one of the best shoes I've ever done a 10+ kilometer run in. I've been running since like, I was 15. I'm almost 50 now. Back then you just had like, I mean, yeah, you really didn't have any foam in the shoe. It was just, you might as well be running in sandals, but it was just something to cover your feet and your nasty nails. But this foam, when I put my foot in it for the first time, I want to say that the step-in feel, I was like, wait a second, this is not that different from a Clifton 10 or 11. This isn't, why is this a Pro? This doesn't make any sense. Now, when I press the side of it, it feels a little bit firmer than, let's say, Adidas Boost, or let's say like a Brooks type of glycerin type of sole. It feels firmer than that. There's like a give and then it hardens up a lot. And so when I put my foot in, I was like, geez, this feels kind of normal in an EVA type of way, right? So I said to myself, meh, whatever. It's fine. It's probably called a Pro for a reason. And sure enough, when I start running in it, light bulb. I'm like, holy crap. This is such a smooth, comfortable ride. It's such a smooth, comfortable ride that I can't even put into words. You have to run in it. Now, granted, the first, I want to say 3 kilometers, the noise of the chop and the squeak from the sole was unbelievably embarrassing. I'm like, it almost sounded like a Saucony Endorphin Elite going downhill. It was unreal. It was so loud, the squeak. Then after about 3 kilometers, it just went away. I guess there's some type of like, you know, preventative outer layer, very, you know, thin, almost like when you put new brake pads in your car. You know, the first few times you press the brake, it'll squeal, almost like carbon ceramic, but that's constantly. That initial kind of like squeal and then just goes away. So it's so comfortable. Now I was supposed to do 10K and I was feeling so comfortable and so glidey and so nice. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to do another 5. And I did. And I felt absolutely fine, felt totally refreshed, no muscle soreness the next day. Now I'm not saying this is going to prevent injury. That's not what I'm saying. But for me personally, I thought that this is a shoe that I could run on a long run because it is quite light. A long run, an easy run. Heck, you could even do a tempo run of this if you wanted to. Most of my runs are tempo anyway. it's very hard for me to do easy. I get very bored, but can you pick the pace up in this? Sure. I mean, a professional athlete will run in anything. And so you could get a good time in this. I'm sure you could. Why not? I mean, it's not a race day shoe, but still. Love the design. I love the color in this one, the one that they launched. And they launched a few colors. I mean, you can get it in, you know, a green, or you can get it in a white. Like if I go through the colors here, I'm sure you can see them. If I go through the colorways, you got, you know, this green one. You've got like a kind of a white one, a gray one, I guess. Rock color, cosmic gray, green. They're classic kind of stucco. So I think the orange is the way to go, honestly. I really do. I think the orange and the green is just, it's beautiful. In terms of the upper, it's very padded, quite rigid around this area. Well, not rigid, but supportive, let's say. The elf ear, whatever you want to call it, very padded, very, very, very padded. The tongue, it's not connected to the shoe at all, right? Just down at the bottom. You do have like almost like a tiny little sock layer down at the bottom, quite padded too. A lot of padding, that's what I'll say. A lot of padding in the upper, a lot of padding in the sole of the shoe, the midsole, the comfort. Quite a normal thin insole. You know, you've got really nice geometry. So when you put on the regular Clifton, we'll call them, I almost feel like there's this tennis ball right under the arch of your foot. It almost feels uncomfortable when you first put it on. Didn't have this in the shoe at all. Did not feel that. But I still felt, it doesn't have an aggressive rocker whatsoever. I mean, it doesn't have a crazy rocker. I mean, it's almost flat. It looks like it has a rocker because of the design, but it really, really, I mean, does it have a rocker? Sure, but it's very, very, very subtle. I'm not sure about the breathability of this upper. Toe box, I mean, sure, it's decent in terms of breathability, but the sides and the rear, there's no breathability there at all, really. I mean, it's very, very thick. So probably a good shoe in the colder climates, maybe, if you don't want to go Gore-Tex. But yeah, I mean, I feel like this is going to be my go-to daily shoe from now on. I am a HOKA guy at heart. I love the brand. But sometimes they do make boo-boos. This is definitely not one of them. I can tell you that right now. This Pro Glide Plus foam that they use in here, the super critical, very nice to run in. And the weird thing is that when you put your foot in and you walk out your driveway, for example, you have this weird idea in your head that it's not going to be a good shoe. This is not going to be responsive. This isn't going to be bouncy or comfortable. It's when you start, actually jogging that you can feel that it is very worthy of the name Clifton Pro. That's all I can say. And I hope to continue to make this product, the Clifton Pro 2, 3, 4, 5, and forever, because it's a fantastic shoe. Fantastic, I love it. What else can I say about it? I guess we'll see what the durability is like. You can see I've already got some black on there. Only because the street I was running on repaved the entire street. And so as I was running, because it's compressing, it totally blacked up the sole on the bottom. So that's funny. But yeah, we'll see how the durability is. I don't see any, I mean, I've only done 15K in them. Today is my rest day. And so we'll see how the durability holds up. But I'm hopeful, I'm very hopeful. Soon enough here in the next month or two, I'll probably do a marathon distance in these. and see what they're like. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really else to say about the shoe other than I loved it, and you should love it too. I mean, one thing I would say actually is that it doesn't feel as wide. Now, I don't know if they have a wide version to buy. Oh, they do have a wide version. Okay, so this is the regular version. I didn't get the wide version, and I have to say that it still fits my foot very well, but the next time I buy one, I'm probably going to get the wide. Not because it's tight at all, it's only because I like to have a wide shoe when I'm doing more than 15K. Especially if you're going to do, you know, extended times like, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7 hour runs, you know, ultra marathons or whatever you're doing. Your foot swells so much. I just feel like a wide HOKA is preferable for me. That's not to say that this is not narrow. It's not narrow at all. I mean, if you put on a pair of Asics or something like that, it's super narrow, or even the Saucony Elite, it's at least the 2, I don't know about the 3. It's super tight and rigid and narrow. This is not that. So maybe I'll compare it with the wide in the future when I'm done putting a few 100 kilometers on these. 400 or 500 kilometers maybe. That's what I feel like. I feel like the durability of these, especially when it comes to rebound and comfort, is going to be significantly better than the regular Clifton. Maybe they should just discontinue the Clifton now after the 11. I don't know why you would keep the Clifton. Just go with these. I mean, the price difference is so close. I don't see why you would keep the Clifton, regular Clifton, going past 11. So yeah, well done HOKA. Well done HOKA. Amazing shoe, love it. Can't wait to get more miles in it. If you've had your experience with these and you liked it or you didn't like it, I'd love to hear it. Any pros and cons. Anyone who's done more than 100K yet in these, I'd like to know what your thoughts are. And yeah, the future of HOKA looks really bright. I like it. I like this step forward really a lot. So what do you think, guys? You gonna get one? You gonna grab a pair? I would. I'm grabbing more.